All right. So today let's begin with the concept of like conflicts, how to resolve the conflicts. Here we are on master branch, right? Just let me check the status of this branch. It's clean. Okay, we are having 3 commits and 3 files on this master. Right here, let me do something. Here I'm creating a new file. File 4. Save this. So I just created a new file and made some changes, and I'm trying to save this file. I mean, commit this file. So what are the commands? Git add, git commit, on master branch, git status. It's all cool. So there were 4 files. And if I see the log, a new commit is added. So fine. Is this 4th commit and the 4th file available on the B1 branch?
No.
No, right? So let's see what happens now. But before going to that, I would like to ask you, have you all done your hands-on branching? Completed the hands-on on the branching part? Any questions?
Yes, we have done,
Oh.
ma'am. Actually, I had practiced. I had a question on branches. Like, I have done the same thing what I have teach till now. But while we had created the third file, okay, when we did the git status of the branch B1 branch, like of master, I think it was showing only 2 files, that is file 1 and file 2. And why not file 3 was being shown? Like, I didn't get.
Committed? Is the third file committed or just created?
It was just commit. It was just created, not committed.
Once it is committed, it will show you.
Oh, fine.
Okay, also to confirm, you can share the screenshot of the scenario we're talking about.
Okay, ma'am. I'll do after the class. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
Preethi, I have another question. In your questionnaire number 2 from the gate, and the one question is what is the git branching?
Hmm.
And the answer is a command to create a new commit. What it means by that?
Command to create new commit. No, that was
Right.
not correct. It was corrected. Actually, we'll update it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I got confused about that.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, Preethi, I yesterday sent some details on WhatsApp. While I created the file 1, add commit. I created a file 2, add commit. I updated the file 2, add commit. Then again I created a file 3. But when I try to revert the file 2 update, right? I get the conflict error. But
See,
even
whenever you
yeah,
are reverting a random commit, it might be dependent on the previous steps, right? Like a particular commit might be dependent on the previous step. Means, let's say you are reverting, creating a file, right? But there are also changes like updating the file. What happens to them? So your whenever you are reverting a random commit, your steps might be dependent on the previous steps. I mean previous commits. So you have to follow the hints as suggested and go ahead. Like it may ask you to restore or add according to the scenario, according to the revert you are, means which revert you are, or else which commit you are reverting.
okay. Yeah, but that first hint itself, it was saying after resolving the conflicts, but I don't know what
Today we will talk about
today
the
only we will talk.
conflicts.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Today we will learn the conflict so that should help you clarify to a certain extent.
Sure, sure.
Any more?
Also, yeah, could you please once again explain that hard, soft, and mixed commit once again?
Like,
Like-
okay, reset thing.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Can you remind me towards the end of the class?
Sounds good. I'll do that with you.
Okay then. All right, so let us proceed. Like I just created a new commit on the master branch, right? I just created file 4 and the 4th commit on the master. And now if I see like I have added and committed, so everything looks clean. Everything is clean. Now I just want to move these changes or else integrate these changes, or else first let's say we don't have these changes on B1, right? Let's switch the branch. Let's go to that branch. How to switch the branch?
Git checkout.
Git checkout.
Master.
Right, let's go to that by doing git checkout. Sorry, git checkout B1. So I'm into B1 branch. I have 3 files, but I don't have that 4th file and the 4th commit. Okay, fine. Let's suppose I have to develop some requirement here, right? Here also I need to make the same file as per the requirement. So I'm not bothered about whether it is already present or not. I'm just making some change here. So what should we do? As usual, git add file 4, git commit -m on B1. Okay, done. So git status, it says it's clean. And now, okay, ls, you have few files, git log, right? So I have got the 4th file. Now let's suppose this B1 is my temporary branch. I have made some changes. After making these changes, I just want to integrate the changes from B1 to master. Yesterday we have learned this, right? Integrating changes from one branch to another. What is that called as?
Merge.
Merge. So how do you merge? First, go to the destination branch. Here, what is the destination branch? Destination branch is to where you want to merge, right? So what is the
Yes.
destination branch?
B1.
Destination is master and source is B1.
So go to destination. Now I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. So what is the command?
Git merge source and destination. Git merge B1 space master.
Git merge source branch and destination branch, right? Yesterday we have discussed this syntax and we have used this command as well. Git merge source and destination. So this is the command. So if you write this command git merge source and destination, it would integrate changes from the source branch into the destination branch. So if I run this command, so this is the command. So if I run this command, what happens now? Will it work successfully? What do you think will happen now?
It should work.
So any idea what happens now? Will it merge successfully? Do you think it will merge successfully? Okay.
I don't think so, because the index will not be available or different between the B1 and master for file 4.txt.
Come again, please.
Now the merge will not work successfully because the index for file 4.txt is difference between the B1 and master, I mean.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about what happens now and why this is happening. Actually, conflict happens. Okay, let me show you. Earlier when we merge, it shows that fast forward merge means automatic merge. It merged successfully, but when you run this now, yeah. Do you see this? What is this and all we'll see, but just see here. Auto merging fail means automatic merge fail. There was a conflict. Okay, automatic merge fail, and you have to fix the conflicts and commit the result. What is meant by that? Fixing the conflict and committing the result. Let's see. Suppose you have a master branch and you have a B1 branch. Listen here carefully, because generally when we say like if there is a conflict, okay, people think that it's a conflict because of the same file name. It is correct to certain extent, but there is something else. So let us try to understand what happens when you get a conflict. So this is a master branch and B1 branch. Actually, what happened? There was a file called file 4 and there was a commit made called commit B. Right? Let's say, okay, commit A was made. Is this commit available on B1 branch?
No,
No.
not yet.
No.
Right?
No.
This is not available on B1. So this is not available. Okay, fine. Then what we did, here also I created a file. Here also I made a file called file 4 and I made a commit B. Is this commit B available on master?
No.
Not yet.
Right? It's not yet available. So this is the scenario. Actually, this is what is this is how it is. Okay, now we are trying to merge. We are trying to merge from B1 to master. What is the concept of merge? Integrating changes from B1 branch, which is source, bring those changes into the master, which is destination. Okay, this is what we are trying to do, right? Integrating means, merging means integrating changes from one branch to another. Means you imagine here, let's talk about commits of file 4. Okay, here if you think like a box or a snapshot, whatever you call it, it's having only commit B. Here on master branch, if you say, it's having commit A. Merging means this box should come and sit here, right? Which box? B1 box. Means which doesn't have A. Means does it mean that it should overwrite A and just keep a B? If Git does that, there is no point of using it. Or else should it keep A and ignore B? Even Git will not do that, right? Git is a version control system. If Git does this, we don't need Git anymore. Like in the beginning, we learned that Git should be able to help multiple people working on the same file. Here, not multiple people, same person, it's me, working on same file in the same branch. Even then you get a conflict, right? You may get the same conflict with others also. We will get to those scenarios as well. So here what is happening? When you say merge, B1 changes should come and sit here. And only B should come and sit here. Means it should ignore A or overwrite A. Or else it should keep A and ignore B. So Git has a confusion which changes to keep. Because Git is after all a tool. It cannot take decisions. Rather, it will not override or it will not ignore, and it will inform you in the form of conflict. So it's telling you, okay, this is the case, I can't merge it. You resolve it, you fix it. So how you do that, we'll see. So it is telling us to resolve the conflict. How we'll resolve, we'll see. But this is the actual concept behind it. So what is the reason for this? Generally, people think that it's the same file. Same file is to certain extent, means that's a one point. But it's not just same file alone. Same file along with source branch missing some commits which are there in destination. That's the reason for conflict. This is the reason for conflict. Same file along with source branch missing some commits which are in destination branch. What is the source branch here?
So B1.
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 So which commit is
B1.
missing in B1?
Commit A.
Commit
Commit
A.
A is missing. That's why you get a conflict. Let me write another scenario so that you can relate to this better. You can understand this better. Suppose, let's say I have file 1. We did this as well actually. We have file 1. I have committed. Okay, you made a branch here. Obviously, you have this commit A here. Right? Let's suppose you are making some changes on this file 1. There was a commit B. Now, if you merge, will you get a conflict? Same file here also. Will you get a conflict here?
No.
No.
So that is the point. We did this yesterday. Actually, this is what we did. Of course, it's not same file. We created file 3 and merged. Perfect. If you do this also, you will not get a conflict. Try the second use case from your end. Can you try doing it? Take file 1. You have whatever commits, whatever on file 1 are both same in the both branches. So edit the file 1 and try to merge. Will you get a conflict? It is also same file. Means it's not the same file alone, same file along with the source branch missing some commits, then you get a conflict. Git always works with respect to changes or commits, not with the files, right? So it's not just simply file name. This is what happens at the back end when you commit, when you commit, and that's where you get the conflict scenarios. Generally, people think that if it's the same file, you get a conflict, but that's not true, and this is the scenario. Are we good and clear? Any questions, confusions, you can resolve it here.
Ma'am, please explain one more time. I don't understand.
Which
Preethi,
part? You understood the first use case, there is a file 4 on master branch, you made a commit A.
Yes.
So that is not there on B1. Again on file 4, you made some other commit called commit B on B1 branch. Is this clear? This one.
Yes.
Second part. Then you are merging. Merging means commits from B1 should commit into master. Commits
Yes.
from B1 means only commit B. Means only commit B should come and sit here, means it should override commit A. Right? Or
Yes.
else it should ignore B and keep A. Both doesn't work. If Git is doing that, why do you need a version control system at all? So Git has a confusion which changes to keep, whether to A or whether to keep only A or only B. So it shows us in the form of a conflict. Means it's informing us, okay, this is the case. I cannot merge it automatically because it's a tool. As a owner, you created the files, you have to resolve the conflict. How to resolve, we'll discuss. But that's the reason for conflict. Same file along with source branch missing some comments which are in destination. That's the reason for conflict. Are we good and clear?
Yeah.
Still any questions? Got it now, Ravi?
Yes, got it.
So I explained the same scenario with another file, file A. There is a file 1. File 1 with the commit A. When I made a branch, like obviously A is also there on B1 branch. Then I made some changes to file 1. Then I am committing. I don't get a conflict because source is not missing any commits here, even though it's the same file. Clear now? This is what happens at the back end when you commit. Are we good?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, how do you resolve the conflict? You have to resolve it, right? Like I told you, Git is a tool. It cannot resolve the conflicts. You have to resolve the conflict. So how do you resolve the conflict? See, whenever you get a conflict, when you open the file, it will have contents from both the branches. See here, head indicates contents from the current branch, contents from the Current branch means contents from the master branch. Right? And here this indicates contents from the B1 branch. As a owner, as a person who created these changes, you can edit this file like how you want it to be. See, you will see an verbose like this, head and all. You can just edit the file. You know how to edit the file, right? Just you keep whatever changes you want, remove unnecessary changes and save the file. That's all. That's how you resolve the conflict. And this is where the advantage of VS Code editor comes in. See, it will give you an option like this. Accept current change means only the master branch. Incoming means accept the changes coming from source branch. Keep both or compare. You have all these options so that it makes it easy for you to resolve them. Or else if you don't use it, use any editor and just use some notepad or something like that, yeah, there then also you can edit, but you just have to edit manually. Like, let me open this file in a normal editor. It's a file 4, right? See, you will see like this, obviously. See, head, hello, you have to just manually edit line by line. Am I making sense? This is the only, I mean, this is another advantage of VS Editor. But here it will show you an option. You can decide which changes you want just by clicking them, and it makes your editing easy. That's why editor helps you in this way as well. So now I want to keep both. I'm clicking this. Can I go ahead? Okay.
Yes.
Unnecessary verbose is cleared off. Okay, it is just, we just made some change. Whenever you made some changes, you edit the file. What do you do in Git?
Commit.
Commit, add and commit, add and commit. And I'm saying conflicts resolved. Something like this. Okay, done. That's it. Now your file 4 has got both the lines because I choose an option that I need both those changes. Okay. So now, okay, I have got this 2 lines on file 4. What do you think will be the content of file 4 on B1 branch? What would be the content of file 4 on B1?
It still will have only second line.
Let's see. Okay, let's go to that branch. How to go to the branch? Git checkout B1, right? So let's go to this branch. Let's see this file. See, it has got only 1 line. Do you see its own content? Because we merged on master. Master branch will be affected, not the other branches. Got it right, everyone?
So, so Preethi, if you try to merge that B1 branch again in future with some more commits, again it's going to show the conflicts, right, with the B1? Because still hello is not here in future also.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Like if you see, it should be same file, right? There you should be missing commits on the same file. That's the point. Same file also should be there. Not always you get a conflict. If again you are having the same file, then you may get a conflict.
Okay.
Like file
So
name same, if the contents are different, then we'll get
File name
conflict.
should be same and the source should be missing some commits on that file with respect to that file. Then you get a conflict. Master branch. So now when you merge B1 to master, B1 is missing some comments, but they are not with respect to the same file, right? Understood? So you don't get a conflict now if you merge.
So always when there is a
Huh.
source commit changes missing, then it is a
Suppose if
conflict.
you have some file, okay, this particular file has got some commits, but if there are any changes like commits missing from source, then you get a conflict. Like see, git checkout master. Now git merge source master.
Should be B1.
Sorry. Yeah, see, I have written the syntax. Git merge B1 master. See, already up to date. It's not saying conflict because source is also missing some. It means the combination. Same file and commits missing with respect to that particular file. Got it clear, everyone?
No, I think what their question is, if we merge again from master to B1, will we get conflict error or?
So I
No,
think
I
content
don't.
high is already over there, so that is why it got merged
No,
successfully.
since in B1 we have only hi now, right? We still don't have hello.
Correct.
So if we merge from master to B1, will we get again a conflict error to accept the change of that hello line?
Master to B1, the whole scenario is different. But what Hitesh was asking was, like already they were now B1 is also missing some comments. Please keep muted, everyone. So there were some commits on B1, right? I mean, there were no some commits are missing on B1. Will we keep getting conflict now continuously because B1 is not having some commits? This is the question. Am I correct, Hitesh?
Yeah, that's correct, Preeti. Yes.
That is his question. Your scenario is completely different from the model we were talking. If you consider B1 as a master as a source, the complete model is different, right? Yeah, you may get a conflicts again. It depends. We were talking about merging from B1 to master. Let's keep the same. If you talk about vice versa as source and branch, the same logic applies there. But his
Okay.
question is, here you have to make a note. His question is, this is B1. B1 is not having some commits now. Master will always have more commits. So whenever you merge like this, will you keep on getting conflict? You will not get. But B1 is missing some commits. But what I said, same file plus missing some commits regarding to the same file. Here we don't have commits missing with respect to the same file. So you don't get a conflict. That's what it is saying. It's already up to date.
Okay, got it. Now got it.
So this is the conflict scenario within my local repository. Within my local repository itself, I got a conflict, right? Like I got a conflict within my local repository within the same branches, right? We may get conflict from remote also. We will discuss that. Just give me a second, please. So you have the conflict scenario clear, right? We'll get the conflicts in remote also. Like here I get a conflict within my own changes. We'll get conflict from other person as well. We'll discuss. So when you see git status, you can see, I'm sorry for the disturbance. So you have a couple of changes. It was all merged and clean, right? Like we discussed, we'll move these changes to remote. We'll talk about those conflict scenarios in some time. But before going that, let's get into some other concept called stash. Good to go or any more questions in this part? let's get into the concept of stash. So to understand this stash, let me take a use case. Suppose you are in your working directory, you made some changes to file 1, file 2, you are keep on making some changes for some requirement. Work is in progress, almost 75% of the work is done. Then came some priority to you. I have got some priority task from the manager that like I should make this file changes and commit this file. I have got priority task. So whenever you have to commit or merge, always the thumb rule is whenever you have to commit or merge or push to remote, the thumb rule is keep the repository clean. But in my case, because I have some unstaged changes, right? Unstaged, remember, they are not untracked. These are not new files, right? Files are already there, but I'm just making some modifications. So these are unstaged. Okay, whenever I'm making these changes, like unstaged changes, yeah. And now repository will not be clean, right? If I am trying to commit some changes on file 3, it will be keep on asking me to add and commit this file 1. But I cannot add and commit them because they are not complete, incomplete, correct? At the same time, I can't discard them because halfway done changes. I can't discard them. So what I can do is, I can put such changes on some temporary shelves, virtual temporary shelves, which is called stash. Then the repository would be clean. I may continue other priority tasks and do whatever I want. Then later on, when I want to continue this incomplete work, I can get the changes back from these temporary shelves to the working directory, which is called unstash. Understood? This is what is stash and unstash. Like any unstaged changes can be moved to temporary shells. And if you want to continue that incomplete work, you can unstash them. That's a simple concept of stash. To put some changes on hold is called stash. Right? Let us see this with a use case. Again, there are different types of stash and also let us go with the hands-on.
So Preeti, just one doubt. Is it similar to git ignore or git ignore is different? Again, there also we are ignoring to commit, right? Ignoring the file.
You have to tell me the difference. Okay, first listen this completely, think about it, identify the difference and tell me. Okay. So before getting into the hands-on, I just want to continue with the simple log. I want to discard all of this. How to discard? I just want to go with a simple log. It need not necessary that you have to do reset before you stash, okay? Just to keep the log simple and clean, we are doing it. I might not have done that because if you have more files, it would be better to see. It's okay, no problem. What I'll do, I'll just create a new file. Okay. Okay, fine. Now let's say it is all clean and good. Now I'm making some changes here. Okay, to file 1. I made some change. File 2. I made some change. Now, if I do status, what would be the status message showing us?
L1 file to unstage.
File 2.
Both
I mean
files are
modified.
modified.
right?
Not
Unstaged
they are
changes,
in working directory.
right? If I want to continue some other changes on file 3, or if I want to push or merge or pull, like push to remote, it will be always keep on showing that. But for some reasons, let's say I just want to move these unstaged changes to temporary shelves. So the command is git stash. If I run this, see, it says that saving working directory to the work in progress on master. If you see this branch, see second line, sorry, if you see this file, second line is gone here also. Also now if you see the status, it was clean. Do you mean that those changes are discarded? We will not discard them. They were stashed. You can see them with git stash list. Every stash will create a stash number. See, this is the stash number.
Will they show up in GitLog?
Git stash, no. Git show stash number. See, it will show you, if you scroll up, it will show you what are all the things that were stashed. This is what is stashed on file 1. This is what is stashed on file. It was showing you all the content, right? Git log will show you the history of the commits. This is not committed. Okay. Are we good till this part? Now, if you want to get the changes back, what you should do? What is it called as? Unstash. How do you unstash? Same command. Git stash pop. Stash number. Right? Git stash pop will bring the changes back to the working directory, as well as it will remove from the temporary shelves. It will also clean up the temporary shelves. Let me show you. See, it says changes were back. And also, do you see this? Drop this stash from temporary shelves. If you see stash list now, you don't have anything. Means it has cleaned up. And if you see the status, yes, your changes are back. Understood now? Stashing and unstashing.
Will it show up in GitLog?
Git log will not be seen. Git log will be showing the commit history.
Okay.
Git log is for seeing the commit history. We did not make any commit during the stash.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Now, can anyone answer the question which one of the participants asked some time back? What is the difference between ignore and stash? Both are same, he opines. Is it true? Were both of them same? How different they were? Anyone?
In Git ignore, what happens is that if that file is there and you don't want that Git to track that file, in that case we can use Git ignore. But here what we are doing is that we want the work to be continued later. So, and we want to, in this case, we can do stash and unstash.
So what is the summary?
Both are different.
Yeah, both are different.
Both are different, and the point is here in Git ignore, you will tell Git not to track that file completely. But here file 1, file 2 are still being tracked. That's the point actually, right? You are not ignoring the entire file to be tracked. Only you are just like
For
some
some time.
modifications you are moving to stash. That's it. Still file 1, file 2 are being tracked. If you see after stash, these files are there in the Git ls files as well. Got it now? Whoever had this question clear now?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm stashing again. See, files are still tracked. File 1, file 2 are still tracked. How do you know they are tracked? Git ls files, they were being still tracked. File 1, file 2. Right? But that's not the case with the git ignore, and that's the difference. Good, you people understand well. Glad
I
that
have a question. Let's say on a branch master, you have staged some changes and you switch to other branch. Again, you have staged some changes on branch B1. when you again check out to branch master, so my changes will still there, right? When I unstage it.
You are saying you went to the branch and staged them?
Stash it on master branch.
Hmm.
And I check out to different branch where I stage some changes.
Stash some changes, you mean?
Yes, and now back again to the master branch.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
So my changes will still there, right? I mean,
still there in stash.
yes.
Yes, you'll have still the changes in the stash as long as you applied them with a pop.
Okay.
Get stash list. Okay. Your changes are here. Now, how do you unstash? Again, I'm unstashing. Pop, right? Rather, you have something called apply. As long as you apply, it will be there on temporary shells. Means what this will do, it will unstash. This will also do the same. It will unstash as well as it will, let me show you. It will not drop from the temporary shells. Means you still have a copy here. Right? It is still there on temporary shells as well. What is the use of it? Maybe if you want to continue this incomplete work on some other branch at a later point of time, you can utilize it. So that is the difference between pop and apply. Are we good and clear?
Yes.
Stash is with respect to repository level, not with the branch level. So whenever you go to other branch, you will see the same stash list. You can unstash there also and complete the incomplete work. Am I making sense? Appreciate your responses. If it is clear or not clear, you can just speak up.
Yes, Preeti.
Yes. And
Yes.
Preeti, I have one question. Like once we complete the stash,
Hmm.
and after that we close the VS Code entirely, then will it be available again with stash?
Not about the VS Code editor. Okay, this is just an editor. Okay, you go to this terminal, you go to that folder and run the commands. You will see the same. These are the Git concepts. VS Code editor doesn't have anything to do with it.
Okay, if we close the Git session, then
Nothing will happen. You
okay,
will
it will
still
still
have
be there in
users
stash, right?
until you delete them.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay, VS Code editor is just an interface or else for visualization purpose. It creates a good visualization. See from the terminal, I do the CLI, it shows the same. But here advantage of seeing the files like this, editing them, it's much better. That's all. It doesn't have anything, it doesn't interfere with the Git concepts. Whatever you see will be seeing on the terminal as well.
No,
Okay. So, okay, now I have got these changes. I'm stashing again. Git stash will stash whatever unstaged changes are there. 2 files are there, both of them will be stashed. 3 files are there, all of them will be stashed. But let's say I want to stash only a particular file. Can I proceed? So how do you do that?
yes.
Git stash minus P means partial stash or a specific stash. In this case, it will prompt you on every file whether you want to stash or not. Let's suppose I do file 1. See, it was showing file 1. Do you want to stash? Yes. Give Y. So again, it's showing file 2. Do you want to stash? Let's say no. Okay, now if you see the status at the back end also, you see file 2 is still there. Okay. If you want use stash, again, third stash will be created. Before that, see second stash. Every stash will be starting from index number 0, 1, and so on. That's how it goes. Now only one file I could stash it separately. Now 3 stashes. Whichever you want, you can pop or apply that. Like git stash pop, this one or this one. So what happens in that stash? You can run git show stash number and see the changes. Am I good and clear for all of you?
Yes.
Preeti, to check the stash status, we have to provide the stash number or index?
Yes. Stash number. I mean, stash number or index are same, right?
Okay, okay.
It show, you can call it stash number or stash index, like copy it.
Okay.
Okay, this is about file one. So whether you want to bring back only those, you unstash this, like stash pop or stash apply, depending on whether you want to keep it on the temporary shells or whether you want to discard.
Okay.
Okay, and also not only that, suppose you want to delete a particular stash, git stash drop, whatever stash you want to clear from temporary shells. What is this? This command does? It will just delete it from temporary shells. It will not unstash, right? Only deleting. Git stash list, say gone. Suppose you want to clear every stash, git stash clear. Everything is gone. Are we good?
So Preeti, is there any privilege available while stashing some changes like kind of message?
A message, yeah, you can provide the message. There are some flags where you can provide some message so that you see what's happening with the stash. It's possible. I'm just trying to get the history. Okay. Let me summarize this. I lost the commands, but it's okay. I can write here. Git stash. What this command does? Move changes from working directory to temporary shells, right? Then git stash pop. Git stash pop on the stash number. Again, working directory. From temporary shells to working directory. Good. Plus, also, it deletes stash. It deletes it from temporary shells. Right? And then git stash apply. It will also do the same. I'll write unstash, okay, instead of writing all of that, unstash, but it will not delete from temporary shell. Clear, everyone? Any questions you have?
Preeti, can you show the dropping concept again? Stash drop.
Dropping?
Yes.
Okay, we'll come to that. Give me a minute. So
Okay.
git stash apply, git stash pop, and then you have git stash minus p, partial stash. This is called partial stash or else specific file stash, whatever you call it. Okay. And then you have git stash drop. Drop means this will not unstash, simply delete from temporary shelves. Also, that particular stash will be deleted, not all of them. Whereas git stash clear will delete all the stashes. Just go through those commands and is that all clear?
So the git stash clear or drop will not be recovered, right? It's the changes is lost, right? We cannot recover by any mode of restore
Are
or
not committed changes. Only there is a chance of recovery if they were for committed changes. Revert comes in for committed changes. These are not commits.
okay.
Drop and clear will just delete from temporary shells. They'll not unstash. Whereas stash pop, stash apply will unstash.
Okay. And if we want to unstash them, two of the stage index IDs, will that merge or it will override the first stash ID to the second stash ID?
It depends on the use case. It depends on what you have stash. You said, right, stash 1, stash 2 if you unstash. It depends on what is there in stash 1 on stash 2. Yes, you may get the conflict seen there. Like whenever it is bringing back the changes, means it's bringing those changes on top of the changes which are already present, right? So it depends on like what changes you have in your stash 1 and stash 2. Accordingly, it will give you the steps to follow.
Okay.
Preethi, like while stashing this partial tracked files, so cannot we give like while partial stashing, can we give the file names like let's say we have a 20 modified
File
files.
names not possible, Nikhil. You should do git stash -p. On every file, it will prompt you with yes or no.
Okay,
That's how you do.
so
But
it will
file
prompt for
name,
20 files, right? For all the files.
yes,
Okay.
yes. And whatever we were learning here, the stash concept is for unstaged changes. What are unstaged changes?
That has been not committed.
Whichever is not committed.
Added. Yeah.
Right, unstaged means changes not committed, meaning also those are not new files. Already changes were there. Correct. So only those changes you will see. And whereas if you see like let's suppose you want to stash untracked files, right? New file, that is also possible, but you should use -e flag with these commands. Git stash -u. Then you can also stash untracked changes. Good? Are we good?
Okay, this for the untracked, which has never been added into the stage into the Git, right?
Yeah, new files. Correct. So, and also, yeah, some of you are asking about drop. You want to see the commands? Who asked this? Yeah, git stash drop particular stash number. Can you come up with your query? Some of you are asking about this drop.
So earlier there was three stashes, 0, 1, 2, 3. These three index were there. Okay. If we drop stash 0, then what will happen after that? Will we be able to see this 0 index, or it will only show 1 and 2?
Let me check if I have it. It will show like 0 again. The stash number will be moved.
Yeah,
Always.
that is what I didn't understand. You remove that, you drop that 0th index, again it came up.
I think it will show only
It
one,
it
not
will
more.
indexing starts from 0. So
Yeah.
always you will have stashes starting from 0. If you remove 0, 1 will come into 0's place, 2 will come into 1's place.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They'll be moved forward. It will be starting from index 0.
Okay.
Any more questions? See, these are the interesting concepts. Okay, try to do the hands-on, watch the recording. You can keep your running notes as well as follow the commands from the drive and do the hands-on with analysis. Okay, analyze and do the things. Consciously do it, just rather than running the commands blindly by copying from the drive. You analyze the things and do it. Okay, these are the things we have seen today. Git merge with the conflicts. Yesterday we have seen without conflicts, right? So today we have seen with conflicts, like the reason for conflict, how to resolve it, how to fix the conflict. See, and also people think that conflicts are something bad, you should avoid it. No, conflicts are not something you should avoid. It's always good. It's a way of Git telling you not to override or not to merge. Sorry, not to override and not to ignore. It's a way of Git telling you, okay, this is the scenario. So it's not something you should avoid or something bad. So This is what we have seen. We have understood why you get a conflict, the reason for the conflict, and what happens at the back end. This is what we have seen. And then what else we have seen? Git stash to keep certain work on hold, on temporary shelves. Any questions in these two? Were these two concepts clear? If this is clear, the next concept, advanced concept is Git rebase and then Git remote repositories. These are the things we have. Git rebase is far advanced concept, and I believe we can take up this tomorrow. But we are not yet done. Just stay back, please. What I'll do is, I don't know, I'm not sure how many of you are doing this. After the session, please go through the quiz in the portal. I'm sharing you the quiz here itself. You can go through and also ask me if you have any queries, any more queries on anything whichever completed till now. How many of you completed this quiz? Completed in the sense till date, like 3 classes were done, so till 3 of those should be completed.
I have completed this piece.
I did only quiz one, and other two I will check and update on. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sharing here one quiz. Just try to go through it. Now I'll also get the results, your scores. So go through it, and meanwhile, any questions we can also discuss. Hmm. Dana, for the access, you can connect with Raj. Okay. From here onwards, like tomorrow onwards, you'll be getting a separate separate Zoom link. A new Zoom link will be created from tomorrow. Also, WhatsApp group, separate WhatsApp group will be created by end of the day today. So you will be moved to that group. So if you want to register and need the details, you can connect Mr. Raj for access,
Okay.
registration, everything you can connect with him. And by the way, I would like to tell you, if you see always whenever you do the hands-on, refer to this architectural diagram. Keep this diagram in your mind. And I would like to tell you, we were still here on this local repo. We did not go to remote yet. Tomorrow, we'll get into the remote as well. You should have this architectural diagram whenever you are doing hands-on, always relate to this diagram and do the hands-on. Hope you all got the quiz link. In the Zoom chat, I have shared it.
Yes.
Recording will be shared as usual. And again, from this class, the recordings will be with the private access. That's a small quiz, small questionnaire you have, but this will help you register the things. After the class, if you do this, if you can spend 5 minutes here, it will help you register the things, because Git will be tricky. Only if you do hands-on continuously, you memorize it. To recollect the things, these quizzes will help you way better to recollect. Any more questions? Anything else from anyone? So tomorrow we are going to look into the concept of rebase, which is also kind of merge. Rebase is also kind of merge, which is like a merge, but a bit advanced part. So before getting into that or going to understand that, go through the rebase concepts thoroughly, and we shall take up from here tomorrow. Anything else from anyone?
Yeah, Preeti, I was just going through that quiz.
Hmm.
We didn't gone through the command of git stash branch and all, right? What it does.
Git stash branch.
Branch.
Yeah,
That is,
generally those certain questionnaire will be out of the class, but let me check. I don't think I have placed branch. Okay, let me check and we'll revert to you.
and also in quiz, right? The answers are having, let's say for an example, git stash drop, right? In answers, it is saying git stash hyphen drop. So it makes a little bit confusion. In the real case scenario, we don't use the hyphen option, right? Hyphen option. I mean, git stash space drop only, right? That's the right command.
There might be typos, that's it. Which one you are talking about?
There is no question number, but
Okay.
uh,
let me check.
what command discards a stash without applying it?
Okay.
And all the answers in that drop down is wrong because git stash hyphen drop, git stash hyphen remove. There is no hyphen should come up at any cost, right? Anyhow.
Okay, okay,
Even-
got it. Those might be the typos, but we'll update them.
Yeah.
Sure, thank you. Git stash create. Git
And
stash
Preeti, how
apply,
can
right?
we?
1 second, please. Apply, right? You're talking about. Oh, that's a wrong answer. That's why it's given. But which one?
Git stash.
Can
So
you
actually,
repeat
there are
it?
many more questions where we can see the dash character. So at the last question,
See, that is for you should choose the correct answer. That's the reason those were given.
No, but all the answers are having that dash. So even if I select anyone, everything seems to be wrong, right? Check for the sixth question at least, or fifth.
1 second. Can you see the screen?
Yeah,
So which question?
just drop down. Yeah, even if you check for this,
This
yeah,
one?
here, yeah, even in this question also, the next one.
The apply one.
How can you apply a specific stash in Git? The answer is git stash minus p.
No, this is okay. The next question, the next question.
The next question.
Which
The
command
command is
It should be third option.
Okay.
Dash is
third
right.
option, but dash should it's making a little bit confusion for me. Yeah.
Right, got it. This one. And then
And Preeti, can you go to last question? What should the answer come please?
last one.
To
Okay.
clear all the stashes. Yes.
How can you clear all the stashes in Git? This is perfect.
This is
Second,
What should
second
the
will be
answer?
it is
git
test
slash
clear.
Second one is
clear.
that.
Second one is right.
Okay.
Anything else?
no git branch, right? That stash branch. I think we didn't gone through that. So that is okay, right? We can select. I have no clue what to do.
There is it. Git, which one is
Yeah,
it?
after you edit, yeah, this one.
When
Yeah.
does git stash branch comment? What does git stash branch? Creates a new branch and applies the most recent stash, merges the stash with the current branch, switches to a different branch and applies the stash there, deletes a branch and its associate, creates a new branch and applies the most recent. First one is the option. Creates a new branch and applies the most recent stash to it. Means if you want to create a separate branch from your stash, this is helpful. Here and there, one question out of the questionnaire giving this question is for you to explore and answer. Like, because see, as many as you learn, still you will get something new things. That is just for you to explore and answer. That
Preeti, let's say I'm on master branch and I fire this command git stash branch. So will it create a new branch, and what name will it give it to the new branch?
the exact syntax would be git stash the branch name.
Okay, we
Git
can give the
stash,
branch name also.
git
Okay.
stash the branch name so that you will get a branch created with that name with all the stashes present in there.
Okay.
And we can
Only the
stash.
stashes, not the commits, right?
Stash, yes.
Okay.
You don't
And we
use
can,
stash to this extent. Okay, there were lot many things. 1 minute, let me show you. That's what I said. Please don't leave. Okay, this is just to consolidate, summarize. So if we recollect something over the discussion, we can talk about it. So please don't leave the webinar. We are not at a. So whenever you run any command, okay, run with the help. Okay, you will see a manual, okay, like this, showing what this command does. And there'll be so many options, flags. Do you see that? These are all the different flags you have with the log. See, so many are there, not only with the log. See, it has shown a lot of pages, the description, I mean, explanation and so on. So not only for log, for every command you have this. Okay, we will discuss whichever we are using more frequently, right? That's all. And also, it's not that you are expected to learn all those flags by heart, then memorize them. No. But you should be in a position to refer this manual and use it as per the requirement. That's what I'm saying. Even though you learn 10 flags, there will be 11th flag, which you may need tomorrow. That's what you have to explore and do that. That's the intention of giving certain questions as such as well. So when I do git stash, it explains this synopsis. Also, yeah, this is the command. Git stash branch. Actually, branch is there and then the branch name and the stash number. Do you see this? Okay, this is how you should
Yes, yes.
analyze. Not that you should learn all of this. List, show, drop. Of course, we have learned to the maximum on every command. But still, see, you will see here and there some new things. This is how you should explore. Okay, also that description will be there if you just go scroll down. And some of you are asking to put a name, right? Save command is there where you can put a name. Also branch. What it does, creates and checks out a new branch name. It means whatever you give here, starting from the commit at which stash was originally created. Means it will be creating a branch from the commit where you have generated a stash. Right, applies the changes recorded in stash to the new working tree and index. If that succeeds as a reference of the stash, it then drops it. So it is still explained here. So you have to thoroughly understand this and experiment it out. So if you ask me, do you want to do this? Right, or else do you ask me, should we also learn it? Why didn't you teach it? We don't need them. We don't use these also. But it doesn't mean that like it's a hard and fast rule, you will never use it. Maybe some scenario might be there in your project, somewhere you may come across it. And also you don't need to learn it, memorize it, remember it, no. But this is the way you can do. Okay, go to that manual, refer it and see. Am I clear? Examples,
Yes.
so many things were there. You can check from here, or else you can also go to the official website, which I shared yesterday. Like you have Git SCM. Okay, this is like a good reference. Always refer the official documentations. So here, if you go to the documentation part, you have reference manual, man pages for all the commands. This is also a way. You should keep them handy. Okay, like see, you have so many things here. It need not be that you should learn entire Git. No one knows all this book, right? No one does this, not required as well. But yeah, for reference, we use it for reference. Complete list of the commands. Okay, explanations, so many are there. Anything you need, you can search here. Let's say I want to search with stash. Okay, so results for stash. What stash does, stashing, cleaning. You have everything. Any more questions from anyone? Can we close here then? All right then, please watch
Yes.
the recording, do the hands-on, come prepared by learning merge thoroughly so that it will help you understand and enjoy the rebase concepts. Right? Tomorrow we'll also get into the remote repositories. So tomorrow onwards, a new meeting link will be shared. Get in touch with Mr. Raj. He will share all the updates once you are registered. All right then, thank you all. Have a good day. See you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.
Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Preethi. It's all.
Thank you.